Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. New Mercenaries reveals continue. This time Grumpi revealed 3 mercenaries on his channel in German. There's a link down below if you want to see the German reveal. And let's take a look at these 4 mercs. First of all, we have Archimonde. Archimonde is a demon, a Fel demon in some ways resembling Malfurion. And it also resembles Brukan, because the first ability is a ramping ability, deal 12 damage, gain +3 Fel damage. Second ability is an ability that makes your other Fel abilities faster. So you'll be able to ramp up, you'll be able to have faster Fel abilities, but only every other turn. So it's a little bit awkward, I suppose, because you kind of want to ramp every turn or you want to speed up every turn. And now that they're on the same merc, you just can't do that. And as its third ability, Archimonde has an AoE ability. As for Archimonde's equipment, you can either go even deeper into that damage with making Doomfire's Fel weakness permanent. You could ramp up even faster if you're able to death blow with Finger of Death. And then there's also an interesting piece, Archimonde's gold coin, passive after a demon dies. So any demon, your minions, the enemy's minions, the enemy's mercenaries, any demon anywhere, restore 10 health to all friendly demons. So Archimonde seems to have a lot of potential uses, because there's ramping, there's speed manipulation, there's AoE, there's potential healing. It's just like, what are you really going to use this for? But anyway, demons and Fel, they seem to be coming finally into the game for real with this batch of mercs. And then we have Korrak the Blood Rager, and yeah, this is not a mistake apparently. Korrak is a 1055 when at level 30. 55 health, like 55 health is nothing. But Korrak has ways to gain more health, and then Korrak has Death Rattle. Destroy a random minion, this merc returns to life with their health. So that minion can be on your side, that minion can be on the opponent's side. It cannot be a mercenary, it has to be a minion. So I'm wondering whether you could use Korrak in some kind of a team that you make a lot of minions, or maybe if you could do like a big Viper and then Korrak dies and then Korrak has like 200 health. Well, probably not going to happen. But yeah, there's some interesting stuff that could happen with Korrak. Korrak also becomes bigger and bigger attack-wise as the game goes on, because mounting Anger, gain +5 attack this turn and attack an enemy, increases by 3 after use, so you can just get more and more attack. And Korrak also has a pretty big AoE. Blood Rage distributes 20 damage to random enemies, increased by this merc's missing health. So if you can get Korrak to a high overall health, then have it take a bunch of damage, then you can just blast with some really big AoE. And with Korrak's equipment, you can either make its attack scale faster with mounting Anger with Winter Storm, or you can go for the ever-living Blood Rage gains Death Blow, restore 20 health, to have that kind of Cocoon-like effect, where you just kill stuff with AoE and then heal up from that, although this time only Korrak. As the third mercenary, we're getting Khadgar, and Khadgar is, well, all of these are pretty complicated mercenaries really. At the end of the turn, if all 3 of your basic abilities are upgraded, transform into Archmage Khadgar. And Archmage Khadgar has +1 Fire, Frost and Arcane damage. What does it mean that basic abilities are upgraded? When you use one of Khadgar's abilities, it's going to upgrade another one to do something special. So for example, Arcane Surge, deal 16 damage, upgrade Blizzard to root all enemies. So once you have used Arcane Surge once, then your Blizzard is going to root all enemies. And there's some pretty interesting stuff here, because especially that rooting part. Blizzard, 5 speed, Frost, cooldown 1, deal 14 damage to all enemies. Also upgrades Hearthfire to grant +5 attack. And if Blizzard is upgraded, it will root all enemies. And Khadgar's equipment can already pre-upgrade some of your stuff. So Bitter Chill, start of game, upgrade Blizzard and it refreshes 1. So Khadgar is actually able to root all enemies on turn 1, and from there he can of course only do it every other turn. The cooldown is not removed, it's only refreshed, but yeah, some pretty interesting stuff. Also the Boon of Atiesh, Archmage Khadgar has an extra +3 Fire, Frost and Arcane damage. But then again, in order to become Archmage Khadgar, that takes at least 3 turns unless you use one of the other pieces of equipment that already upgrades one of the abilities, so pretty slow and complicated overall. And finally we're getting Medivh, and Medivh looks really crazy. An Arcane Protector, and that equipment, Staff of Atiesh. Start of game, give friendly casters +5/+10. I mean, Cookie, Appetizers, is a start of game ability. You can have Cookie on the bench, and you can have Medivh on the bench, And that will mean that start of game, all of your friendly casters will have +5, +19. That's like, even if you don't want to put Medivh on the board, you just put Medivh on the bench and it's going to do crazy stuff. But you can also put Medivh on the board and wow. Arcane Rift, deal 12 damage. Your next arcane ability this turn deals critical damage. Okay. That then like Blink Fox and huge damage, maybe. And then Mage Guard, give a friendly character +15 health and taunt this turn. After it is attacked this turn, it gains +3 arcane damage. So setting up your taunts and getting a lot of arcane damage and then just blasting all the way. Not to mention the Summon Raven Familiar. 6 speed, cooldown 1, Summon a Raven Familiar with spell resistance +10 and Birds of Feather ability. And Birds of Feather deal 8 damage, increased by 5 when you use another arcane ability. So that can just stack up and like all of this equipment is crazy too. There's the start of game equipment, you can have Medivh on your bench. Then there's Unstable Runes. Summon a 0-10 arcane ward with counter the first ability used each turn. Well, you better not be faster than your opponent, because if your ability is the first ability, well, that's going to get countered too. But oh boy, you can really punish some fast opponents with this. Medivh's Locket, after you summon a minion, give it +4 arcane damage. Raven Familiar is a minion. I mean, wow. Fel Demons Arcane really coming to the game with this batch of mercenaries. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.